Alright, today on JZFishing we're going to be turning this into this. Stay tuned. Right now we're kind of going into halibut season here in the San Francisco Bay, and so I thought this was the best possible time for me to kind of go over how I make my own halibut rigs to catch off of a pier or from the shore. Alright, let's start off today by kind of talking about what kind of line we're using. For making these rigs, I prefer to use mono, and today we have 14 pound. I would prefer using either 20 or 25 pound, but this will get the job done as long as you're not really going after anything too big, especially when you're on the pier or from shore. The next thing we're going to be talking about is our weights. I have a 2-ounce pyramid, which I would rather have a 3 or 4 ounce, but lockdown has not really let me get much fishing gear. If you do use a 2-ounce weight though, make sure it is a pyramid, because these will stick into the ground a lot better than the circle or a bank sinker. Next up we got hooks. This is a Mustad size 6 octopus circle hook. This will work perfect for what you're fishing for. These will always hook the fish as long as you're baiting the hook correctly. And if you want me to make a video about how to catch halibut, if we can get 20 likes on this video, I will make that. Next up on the list, we are going to be talking about swivels. Now, I'm using these snap swivels. I preferably would want a 3-way swivel as well. I don't have one, and I'm thinking about placing an order on Amazon to get them. These are nice to have, but you also want to include a 3-way swivel if you can. And of course, last but not least, you're going to need something to cut the mono, and this is what I use. It's just a little wire cutter on Amazon. Yeah. And of course, all links to the products that I'm talking about in this video will be put in the description below if you want to go check them out. Please, if you can, order them off the link that I'm giving you, because if you do, I get a small commission. It doesn't cost you any more. It just helps me bring more videos like these. Alright, without further ado, let's get into actually cutting and setting up this leader. First, we are going to make we're going to cut about a foot-long piece of mono for our weight. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. This is a little bit shorter than a foot, maybe. Oh no, this is about a foot. So once we have this, we are going to grab our weight right there, and we're just going to thread it on, just like so. And what we want to do is tie this weight directly to the line using a uni knot. Let's bring this over. We're just going to go make a loop, cross, cross. And one thing to remember too, you don't need this uni knot here on the weight to be too strong. That is, if you get snagged, usually it's the weight that gets snagged, and you can easily pull the weight off your main line without having to lose the entire rig. So we're gonna just kind of tighten that up a little bit, make sure that that knot's all clinched up. And just for aesthetics sake, we're just going to snip the tag end. And there we go. We got our weight line. So let's put this away in the corner. We're going to come back to it in a minute. But let's cut another foot-long leader. This will be for our hook. So here we go. We got, once again, another foot-long mono leader, and I'm sorry if it's kind of hard to see. I'm still trying to figure out a good background to film these videos on. I hope this is at least somewhat helpful. We're going to take our 6/0 Mustad hook, thread it through, just like you would with the weight. And you can do any knot you choose. Once again, I am going to be using a uni knot. And for this one, if you are going to use a uni knot, I would say circle it or cross it over a couple more times than you would over the weight, because you really don't want this knot failing on you, especially if you have a big halibut on the line. So once you've done that, just gonna, really set that knot in. And you know, one thing to remember, this only takes like 2 seconds, but make sure that that knot is really well done. Can't really focus, I'm not sure why, but make sure that that knot is really well clinched. And if you want me to make a video about how to just tie a good uni knot, I will do so. You just tell me in the comments below. So just like that, you've got your hook main line. Now here's where it gets interesting. Okay, so here's where you would actually want a 3-way swivel, because what you're going to be doing is tying your hook line as well as your weight line onto a swivel that will then connect directly to your main line. But because we don't have that, what we're going to do is tie one side through this hoop, or this hoop right here, and then we're going to be tying the second one through that hoop, and then our main line onto that hoop right there. So once again, I can also just use a simple uni knot, and for this I'm just going to put the weight onto this little thing right here. Just going to uni knot. Once again, does not need to be for the weight the best, strongest uni knot you've ever tied. It just needs to be able to secure that to the swivel. Tie that up. There you go. And one way to just quickly test too is just kind of pull a little bit. Make sure that nothing is snappy. Now, I actually won't need to trim any tag ends there because I did a pretty good job. So now that we have the weight fully secured to the swivel, we are going to tie our hook to the swivel. Remember, this one you might want to put a little bit more into the knot. So we're going to do a much better uni knot this time. And just be careful, obviously, when tying with a hook, because the hook, you never know, is going to come out and just poke you, and that's the last thing you really want, is a hook in the hand when you're tying a rig. You're just going to fasten that down, and once again, there's a bit of a tag end there. Let's grab our handy dandy cutters, just snip that off, and there you go. That is the halibut rig. Now what you're going to want to do is attach your main line to this swivel right here, but this is what you'll use when you're fishing for halibut. The bait will go on here, and this will be stuck in the ground. You can also use this rig when you're fishing with live bait. Yeah, so if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more uploads like this, and if you guys want to see me catch some halibut, please tell me in the comment section below, give this video a like, that way I'll be able to go out and do some fishing. Yeah, see you tomorrow.